Hi everyone, first vlog of 2025 is essentially just 10 minutes of me waffling absolute nonsense after just watching it back now. So please bear with me, they will get better as things get a bit more interesting and I get used to using the editing software more. So it's been a relatively busy month, to be honest. We're making good progress trying to get everything in place for the year. It's the end of January now, recording this on the 1st of February. If anyone's interested in coming on board with the team this year through sponsorship, commercial partnership or privately, please drop the page a message or find my contact details on the page. We're really working hard to get everything ready for a good year. Also, I'll be launching my supporters club once again in the next couple of days, shortly after this video goes out. I really appreciate absolutely everyone that joins that and supports me. I'm just trying to finalise how I'm going to do it to try and make it worthwhile you joining as much as benefiting the team as well. So a massive thanks. Yeah, please enjoy the vlog the best you can. Try and stay awake. Anyone that's interested in the vlogs, put in the comments what you'd like to see, what you wouldn't like to see, any questions you've got. We can maybe do a Q&A at the end of the next one. But yeah, thanks for everyone's continued support and we'll catch up soon. Hi everyone, it's the 1st of January 2025, so first things first, Happy New Year to all of my followers. Big thanks for everyone's continued support and hopefully we can have a good 2025. I thought whilst I've got a bit more time on my hands I would start doing these vlogs again like I did last year. January's a good time to sort of get in the workshop, get ready for the new season which will rapidly come around. I really enjoy working on the bikes as much as I do riding them. So for me, coming in the garage is a good escape really, and January's pretty grim in the UK, I think. So it's something that keeps you G'd on and keeps you motivated. I go into this season very unsure if I'll even be racing currently because, as I touched on my most recent post, I really need some support to be able to get on the grid this year, which I'll discuss separately. But in the meantime, I've got to get prepared in the hope that we will be out there. And I'm confident we will be, but at the minute it's not looking good, but I'm confident we will be. And obviously we've got to be prepared for when sort of the middle of March rolls around, which, you know, time goes so fast that it'll be here in no time. So I've got the Triumph 765 sat behind me on the bench here. What I'll do is I'll document progress through January on what goes on behind the scenes really to get ready for the racing. And where this bike stands at the minute is it's not moved since the TT, a long time ago now. So the plan for this bike is to get this engine out. This is quite high mileage now. Because of sort of budget and time constraints, I bought two engines at the start of the season that were both had both already covered miles, so it's done us well, to be honest. We went testing in Spain with it. We did all of the TT on the same engine, and it's done us well. But it's a good precaution now. In the winter, we'll get it out, get it refreshed. We were down on power to where the other Triumphs were at the TT, probably between 4 to 7 horsepower down on a good refreshed engine. So we may get a little bit back, we may not, but I'll get that engine out, I'll get it refreshed. I've got a spare over there that I'll put in that we can just chomp miles on. Hopefully we'll get out to Spain again and any sort of pre-season racing and maybe even TT practice week, that sort of stuff. So that's the first job. I'll focus on the Triumph for now because if we do get out testing, that'll be what I want to take to Spain with me. It was all a bit of a rush last year and I've still got quite a few things that I want to try on the bike geometry wise to get it in a better working zone, which is where everybody else is now with these Triumphs really. Then to the other side of me, I've got the Super Twin, or parts of the Super Twin. So we've got some knackered engine casings, a knackered crank, a good crank, and the cylinder head, cams, all the other bits and bobs. The plan is with that, I've bought some new casings, which again are down the back of the shed there. Try and get a decent motor built out of all the spares really. So I've got another crank, pistons that are pretty low mileage. So I'll get that built into a spare motor. And then since the TT, we have purchased a new 0 mileage engine there, which should be good. Ideally, I will keep that for the TT. So get the spare one built up again to maybe do a bit of short circuit racing on, maybe practice week of the TT, that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's where we're at the minute. So I'm going to get stuck in with this now over the next couple of weeks. I'll try and document bits and bobs as we go. There may not be that much to talk about, but it gives you all something to watch. You know, whilst the weather's not so good and whatnot at this time of year. And like I say, it's good. It's good to get ready whilst there's not a lot on. If there's anything you'd like to see from these vlogs or any questions you've got, please feel free to just stick it in the comments, and I will. I'll try and address it as and when. But yeah, speak to you all soon, and hopefully I've got a bit of progress to show you on the next video. Cheers. So a good bit of regular maintenance is checking the fuel pump. Just look at all the crap, for want of a better word, that this is collected, and look at the state of the fuel that I've just pumped out. So we do filter our fuel when we put it in, so I'm not saying this is the fuel. It's quite possibly just where the tank's been modified, you know, some of the leftover gristle. But I'll let this dry and I'll give it a good clean. I had no running issues with it, but these T-bag filters do clog up, and it's caused me issues in the past on my old Triumph. Just look at it, it's everywhere. So I'll let that all dry up, and then I'll give it a good clean off with the airline and reassemble, so she'll be good as new. So another job for this winter was to fit this new rear suspension linkage. The stock 765 linkage was never really set up for racing, and I really struggled with this last year. I had this linkage with me at the TT, but unfortunately because of the weather I never got a chance to try it, and that's also not the most ideal place to be trying new parts either. So for those that follow racing, the likes of British Supersport and World Supersport, the 765 only really got competitive last year, say with Luke Stapleford and Tom Booth Amos, because the regulations changed to allow these aftermarket parts to be fitted. So the rear linkage and different yokes for the front end, which I haven't got yet, but I hopefully will soon. And that made the bike a lot more competitive, and a lot of the guys that run them at the TT were running these last year. And yeah, I really struggled with the stock linkage for a number of reasons, but we just had to make do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this fitted, hopefully make a good difference. I think it'll be crucial to get out of Spain and get some pre-season testing done, as I'm led to believe it will be quite a different feeling. So let's get on to fitting it. So that's the linkage all fitted, bolted up, torqued and lock wired. One additional bonus of this linkage is, with the benefit of it being from machined aluminium, you've got a much flatter back plate, whereas the stock linkage has the welds and the plate itself here, so you suffer with wheelbase length. Now with the 765 having a longer wheelbase than say 675, it's quite a lot longer as well. It's crucial to run your wheel as far forward as possible, so that should be quite a big benefit, although it may not seem much. Once I get the back wheel in, I'll do a bit more of an explainer on that. So it's Friday the 24th of January. I've just driven over to Louth in Lincolnshire to PHR Performance to bring my engine for a refresh. Triumph engine, the engine we ran last year. The one you saw earlier in this video, I've just taken it out of the frame, put the number 2 engine in ready for pre-season testing whilst we get this one refreshed, ready for the TT in a few months' time. Yeah, things are starting to move on fast. January's flying by, so just trying to get on top of everything, really, get the wheels in motion, so everything's getting organised. The season will soon be here, so I'll catch up with the guys in here, pick up a couple of extra parts that I need, and yeah, I should have this back in about 6 weeks or so. Yeah, we'll keep everyone updated. Speak to you soon. So, what else to do on a cold, wet Sunday in January, but be in the workshop, obviously. I've actually just been tidying up a bit today. Triumph is about done now. That's different engine in, fluids in, that's run up, seems to be running fine. Probably pop to the dyno with that at some point in the next few weeks just to check everything's okay. And then hopefully get out to Spain maybe some point soon-ish, or early March. But yeah, that should see us through for the first few months of the year whilst other motors getting refreshed. Now, attention turns to the Super Twin now. I need to give it a wash just to get it's still covered in oil from where it let go at the Isle of Man. I've got a fresh motor here ready to go in, but that's 0 miles, so ideally I'm going to keep that. And then I've got everything boxed up, ready to go to the engine builders to get another spare motor built, which I'll probably put in the chassis you can see behind me. Probably put that in, get that run in, use that for the first couple of meetings of the year, probably practice week of the TT, and then keep this 0 mileage one for the races at the TT. So yeah, plenty to be getting on with, and you can probably hear the rain on the roof, so I'm in the best place, I think. But yeah, let's get on with this. We'll get the swing arm out, front end out, check all the bearings over, check wheel bearings, grease and lube, everything, check the chassis over whilst the engine's been refreshed. I've got a couple of little things to do on the chassis, so yeah, enough to keep us busy for now. Catch up soon.